Well, well, well. I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, dear patients, dear visitors, and perhaps future staff, welcome once again to the Asylum. I am your host, your benefactor, the man with the plan. I am Valk. Always a pleasure to meet you, whether it is live or maybe at a later date. Who knows? I do, but anyway, I'm just leaving it for. Anyway. too too cringy stuff. Anyway, welcome once again to the asylum. We have opened our doors and we'll welcome you, all of you, to stay with us for as long as this episode lasts, as long as this rambling of mine lasts. So, buckle up, strap on, and yeah, let's do this. But before we do that, and the reason I said buckle up, I want to warn you that there might be plenty of f bombs. The Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. There will be plenty of facts going around. So, if this is not your cup of tea, stop realizing your perils every time you hear me sing some bad words and be like, "Oh my God, how dare you!" And just kindly get the fuck out. Close the tab, close the window, close the app, close the whatever thing you're using to listen to this buttery smooth voice of mine. And yeah, let the other people who feel like listening to some fuck bombs go off every now and then. Have fun. Fun. Like I said, get the fuck out. This is not for you. And with that said, also check out my social media down below, or you can find me on my Discord server, which is also called the Asylum. I mean, fucking duh, right? And with that out of the way, yeah. Well, today is the 1st of December, so have a good month, have a happy month, have a good what the fuck ever. Yeah. And Christmas is upon us. Well, it's been for almost a month, for a month now, but right now it's the final lap before the this whole thing ends. And yeah, I've been seeing more and more decorations lately, which is nice to be honest. Personally, I have always been fond of the lights, not just Christmas lights, but every lights. I love night cities with their lightings, and of course, I love Christmas decorations. That has been always something that I loved ever since I was young. And it's not just a fascination, but it is some sort of love, yeah. And I always enjoyed watching them or maybe decorating stuff on my own. And I remember that when I was visiting Athens years ago, like 20 or so years ago, and we still didn't have our own place here when we were staying at my aunt's place. There was a gentleman across the street on the block across our own. He had a fuck ton of Christmas decorations, and I was like, I can do that, and even do it better. So at some point, it was like a contest between us. Of course, I was losing every year, and he didn't give a fuck. He still had the amazing stuff, but eh. And also, just to say it, it was not just about having more and more lights. It was having some consistency, some nice decorations, and not fucking everything up. So yeah, it was fun for a while. It lasted. After that, I grew up and I decided to spend that money on cigarettes and other stuff. But yeah, Christmas, huh? I'll be honest that I haven't felt very Christmassy for the past at least 17 years. Because at least after I left home to come here in Athens and study, that was officially the year when I didn't feel Christmassy or in the mood for Christmas stuff. Too much bullshit going around in my life from back then, and even before. Yeah, I don't want to get into details, but yeah, too much shit going on. And for those of you who don't feel being in Christmas mood, you're not alone out there. We all have our own issues to deal with that prevents us from enjoying this celebration. You're not alone. There are plenty of people like you out there. And for me, Christmas is for the little kids. They should enjoy it while they can. After all, sadly, this new world order bullshit is always about stressing people out, and yeah, even kids are stressed nowadays. We were not like that. I have been installing some giant interactive monitors in schools with my new job, and I have been seeing, at least as the young kids, they're not as free as we used to be back in the day. And fuck, I feel old now. They are stressed, overly stressed. They're having a full schedule. They're going home just to sleep, and they repeat the same thing every day. Things have changed, not necessarily for the better. I have been seeing their backpacks, how packed they are. And I'm like, fucking hell. I'm not kidding. One little kid's backpack must have been at least 7 kilos. 7 fucking kilograms. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with people nowadays? Yeah. Anyway, they should enjoy the Christmas. Just having at least a stress-free season. At least as much stress-free as it can be. But unfortunately, a constant has been, for all these years, has been that not every kid can experience Christmas the way every kid does. Too many different experiences, and not necessarily for the good, for the better. Still, hopefully it should, not hopefully, things should change. Well. Regardless, I have one thing to say though to those who are into this thing. You have 5 seconds to remove any kids from your vicinity, because I'm about to drop some truth bombs out here. Okay, here it goes. 5, 4, 0. There is no fucking Santa Claus, so yeah, kids, there's no fucking Santa Claus around here. Yeah. Boom. There you go. You're welcome. Sorry, parents, I warned you. I gave you plenty of time. If you chose to ignore me, then Still, eventually the kids are going to realize it, and maybe I did you a favor. Big Uncle Valk is educating those kids. So, yeah. Just, they're going to find out eventually, so it's just better to rip the band-aid. It's fun while it lasts, but it's also even funnier and more fun for some grown-ups who still believe in Santa to be told, hey, there is no fucking Santa. What? It's like the earth is gone from under their feet or something. And I'm like, now I feel good about myself. Especially if it's a person that I disliked. Hasn't happened in quite some time, but the man can always hope, right? You see, I'm always rambling and mumbling about bullshit, which is why I always need some more people around here to keep you more entertained. So maybe in the chat, or at least in a in voice call. Don't be afraid to join me, and I mean, I'll have no views, no viewers, but anyway, I'm still doing it because I want to have a consistent schedule with this, and eventually we get some topics and stuff to talk about. Instead of just being random as fuck as always, or at least as most of the time. So yeah, you'll have to bear with me. Christmas. The happiness and the joy of spending money. If you have money to spend it, then all the good, all the better for you, man. Personally, I prefer to save my money in some useful shit. Especially now that I live alone, I have to pay my rent, I have to pay my bills and stuff. I got paid yesterday, and let's see, 67 euros gone for my internet phone bill. It goes a month and a half. 40 euros for my garage fees for my bike, and some other stuff. I did treat myself today though to some good pizza. Now next month again, because even that costs a lot. But at least if the pizza is good, then I'm like, okay, 15 euros spent wisely. Tomorrow I'll have to go shopping and get some more stuff. Fuck me. Speaking of Christmas, even though I wanted to have some Christmas decorations in the house, this place is too small. I mean, just to give you a small example of how small my place is, I have this basket thingy on my bike. When I had it here before I got my bike in the parking garage, that thing was actually almost 2% of the space in the apartment here that I'm staying at. It's 24.5 square meters. It's really just a fucking room. It's just an open room. The only different room is the bathroom, of course. There is a divider with a wall and a door. Other than that, if I turn around, I can see the kitchen and everything there. Sometimes the fridge, when it's working, it's a pain in the ass, but at least I have a working fridge, you know? So yeah, the only Christmas decoration that I still keep is one that my mom brought me when she came a few days ago. We had bought it back in 2006. If you remember those movies like Home Alone and stuff, movies like that with all those nice houses on the hills, the 2-story or 3-story houses with the lofts and stuff. Yeah, it's something like that with the Christmas, the trees, the pine trees, the snow, the small uphill, all those houses, and there are some lights in there. And when you turn it on, there is Santa with his sleigh, flying on top. There's a mechanism over there, and there are 2 modes: one with no music and one with music. And for some reason, this always warms my heart. It warms my chest and everything. I'm not kidding. It actually makes me feel good every time I turn it on. So yeah, I suppose it's quantity over quality. It's quality over quantity. Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with me? I told you to bring this decoration here. I've always loved it. I've always enjoyed it, and sometimes it brings some different emotions. But I always feel this warmth. I always feel this warmth in my chest. Anyway, okay, yeah. This is the Asylum, and we'll have to get the things off our chest and stuff. But still, anyway, I'm about to stop here. Because I will just keep mumbling and rumbling for a long time, just talking about shit and having nothing to talk about next time. So, ladies and gentlemen, patients and visitors, and perhaps future staff, I am your host, I'm your benefactor, I'm the man with the plan, I'm Valk. It was a pleasure to have you around, whether it was live, during this live session, or maybe at a later date. Thank you all for coming by the Asylum. I hope you had a good time. We're going to refresh our appointment for next week around this time. Until then, stay safe, stay strong, and have fun. Try to have as much fun as possible. That would be all. I'm Valk signing off. Bye.